The day that I decided to take a camera into the woods changed everything for me, and it hasn't all been for the better. Now, before I go any further, I don't want to sit here and make this seem like a woe is me video or anything of that nature. Obviously, filming is a great thing. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't. There are so many things that taking a camera into the woods has provided for me, for my friends, and for my family that I simply just can't replace. Being able to share experiences that you just can't really explain unless you can show it to someone. The words don't really do it justice. Being able to pass on the things that I learned to other people, that way we can kind of shorten the learning curve and get more of the younger generations or even the older generations that didn't have the opportunities. We can give them the encouragement and the desires and let them know that anybody can do this. And in turn, we end up preserving and bettering the future of hunting and all wildlife. I have the opportunity to share experiences and views and all of these amazing, wonderful things, all because of this camera right here. And it's an awesome tool. Here on YouTube, I've got to talk and interact with so many people that I now consider friends, even though I've never met them. And none of these things happen without a camera. Not to mention the actual positives that a camera throws into your hunting experience by making you pay more attention to little things that you would never pay attention to. You know, when you're out here trying to get B-roll and you're trying to make things pretty, if you will, for a YouTube video, you end up noticing little things that you probably would have just walked right past had you not been sitting there thinking about the camera strapped around your neck. This camera, these filming days, all of that does make me more observant and more appreciative to the natural world around me. But even though I love all these things, I love all these aspects of taking a camera into the woods, it does not change the fact that the camera has still changed the way I hunt.
Unfortunately, none of my mics turned on or my main camera.
Let's face it, hunting is challenging. It's hard enough as it is. That's the entire reason we enjoy it. But when you take a camera into the woods, you have to understand that in order to be successful with the camera, now you technically have to kill the animal twice. Not only do I have to be able to take my shotgun off safe for a turkey or pull a string back on my bow for a deer, but I also have to get this camera trained on it, and I have to press record, and I have to get the framing done as well. So in that sense, I'm technically having to kill this animal twice, one with the lens and one with the weapon. So when I throw that variable into my hunt, now I'm putting pressure on myself, even more pressure than I had before, because I'm not just thinking about my setup and my wind direction and what the animal's doing and what the people around me are doing and creating pressure and all of those factors. Now I'm having to take into account that I've got a camera that not only do I need to maintain, take care of, keep it safe from the elements and make sure everything's working on it, but then I have to actually involve it in the hunt. Which, don't get me wrong, I love doing, and like I said at the beginning of the video, this isn't a woe is me or give me pity type thing. It's my choice. I choose to do it. But it does inevitably create the fail mentality of, if I don't succeed on getting the correct shot, if I don't get it on footage, if I don't film the right B-roll, or if I don't get a cinematic shot, it starts to feel like a failure. It's not, because this is a choice, this is something that I'm choosing to do, but that's what it feels like, and that's the pressure that I'm putting on myself. Not only am I putting pressure on myself in the fact that I'm worried about getting the shot, but I'm also putting pressure on myself because the entire time that I'm filming, I'm sitting there and doing little edits in my mind and wondering what shot's going to work where, and thinking to myself, oh, I've got too much footage to scrub through or not enough footage to tell the story. And it's just constant thought process of what the camera is or is not doing in my mind. The camera changes me whether I want it to or not, and it does not matter how consciously I'm thinking of not letting the camera dictate my hunt. It's inevitable that if you take a camera and you use a camera, you're going to change the way that you hunt. It's just, you cannot get around it. And it's not a bad thing, but it is a thing. It happens to anyone who's ever took a camera into the woods for any length of time. And I'm not talking just pulling your cell phone out to take a photo of a songbird. I'm talking setting a camera up on a mount and actively pursuing to film your hunt. It changes things. But if you don't take a camera to the woods, there's something that you don't understand about all these big names that you see, whether it's here on YouTube or on the TV. And that's, you only see what we want you to see. You only see what we choose to show you. A 25-minute hunting video, whether it's here on the internet or on your major cable television, does not reflect and does not show the weeks of failures. It does not show the miles that get hiked. It does not show the gas that gets spent driving to and from these hunting spots. You don't see every little detail. You're going to watch a highlight reel of 25 minutes. And yes, I understand that there are a lot of content creators out here, myself included, who do show you the failures. But regardless, if all you saw was the failures, if you saw the day-to-day grind, you probably would not be interested in it. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people start comparing their day-to-day lives to what they see on the internet or on TV. And it doesn't just have to be hunting. It could be anything in the world, but since we're talking about hunting, I see guys all the time saying, well, why can't I get into deer like examples A, B, or C can? And what they don't understand is example A, B, and C is not in deer 24/7. Example A, B, and C is not successful 24/7. You're seeing all of the good, all of the exciting, all of the movement, all of the activity. You're seeing it compounded down into a film or a video that is put out to keep attention, to keep the content alive, to keep the viewers engaging with whatever platform that they're watching it on. And the truth is exactly what I said. You're only seeing what we, as the creator, want you to see. When in reality, there's a lot of moments that are just too personal to share with the world. There's a lot of moments that are too personal to hit record. There's a lot of moments that are too personal to even pick that camera up. And I'm thinking back to this turkey season that I just got done with, and the times that I just left the camera behind. If you think back to my mid-morning hunt, I knew that if I did not leave the camera behind, if I was more concerned with picking a camera up and toting it down and setting it up and all of these things, that there wasn't going to be an opportunity for me. If I was more concerned with the camera in that moment than I was with the hunt, if I was more concerned with bringing you guys content than I was with the hunt, then the experience wouldn't have happened for me. And to me, that experience, that personal connection with what my creator has provided for me, that is more important than a camera. If that upsets you and you don't like following the channel because of that, that's fine. But the truth is this is still a human being in front of the lens. I still am me. It does not matter how much good I want to bring into the world. It does not matter how much entertainment I want to bring into the world. I am still a human being. So you're not going to see every little aspect from every single creator out there. You're not going to see some of the arguments that these guys have with their family or their friends over this thing that we chase, because this does cause a wedge into a lot of relationships. Picking up a camera and chasing an animal can and will create some tension between humans. It's inevitable. You're not going to see the mornings where we're out there and we're dealing with all of the mental stressors that life provides and just sitting on a log watching the sun come up or watching the fog burn off of a mountaintop. Because if I pick up a camera in that moment, I'm probably going to lose my mind. It's too personal. It's too human to pick up a camera. You're not going to see every single camp conversation that gets filmed. Some of them are just too inappropriate to put out there to the world, but most of them, most of the ones that never get recorded, it's because hunting and the hunting community brings us into this safe environment where we can kind of let the stresses of life exit us in a healthy way, but in a way that does not need to be shared with the world. Some of the things that get said at deer camp may or may not be took in the wrong context if someone picks up a camera and records it and edits it and throws it out there for the world to see. Sometimes that therapy that we have while we're sitting in a tree stand does not need to be repeated to anyone else. And then, and this one is really personal for me, there's days where I just decide that I don't want to film because the woods are bigger than a camera. The woods are bigger than content. The woods are bigger than a harvest. Sometimes I decide I just need a me day. I need to leave the camera behind. My goal is not to harvest an animal. I don't even have a goal. My goal is just to reconnect and recenter myself and refocus my energy to where my energy needs to be focused. Some moments feel small when a camera's involved. And I'm not talking about to the viewer, I'm talking to the person experiencing the moment. Not everything that is meaningful in life needs to be documented by a camera. And I hope you guys use that in your day-to-day life. There's some times where I see people pull a camera, i.e. their phone, out of their pocket to document something, and in my mind I'm thinking, man, just live in the moment because this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now, I'm not sitting here saying you're right or wrong, and I'm not telling you what those moments are, but be cognitive that you don't let a camera interrupt you from living life. So what is my entire point of today's video? If you take anything away, I am not sitting here telling you not to pick up a camera. I am not sitting here saying that a camera inherently is bad. Obviously, that would make me an absolute hypocrite. What I am saying is, do not compare your life, your wins, your losses, whether it's hunting or your day-to-day life. Never compare your successes and your victories to what you see in a video. Remember that when we're creating videos, or when you're creating videos, and if you're a video creator, you should probably know more about this than someone who's not, but we're taking all of the good from whatever day that we recorded, whatever experience that we recorded. We're taking all the good, all the entertaining. Even if it was quote unquote unsuccessful, it still provides some sort of entertainment value or some sort of educational value. And we're condensing that down into a video. It's a highlight reel. Even if we're showing failures, because there's a lot of content creators, myself included, who show the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's still entertainment. It still provides some sort of value to you. You're not going to sit there and watch a video of me sitting in a stand for 8 hours and the only thing that I see is a squirrel on a limb. There's no entertainment to that. So do not compare what happens in your life, whether it's hunting or anything else, to what you see on the internet or what you see on TV. Remember, it's a highlight reel. It's a condensed, short version of what happened, and we're only taking the best and we're presenting it to you in a chopped up, beautifully edited, best way we can present it type of way. The things that you're not going to see are the things that you experience every single time you hunt. You're not going to see the years and years of learning that it took to get to see the one big buck. You're not going to see the thousands and thousands of acres that get meticulously sorted through and scouted. And you're not going to see the days that there is no action. You don't see those things. The only thing you see is the good. Like I said, whether it's successful or not, the only thing that you're seeing is the entertaining side. So please, if I can tell you anything, do not think that what you see through the lens of any content creator makes your life any more or less valuable. Your season, your life, your experiences do not have to look like a YouTube video to matter. Your season, your experiences, and your life are that of your own, so you go out and you make them what you want them to be. So let me leave you with this. Whether you are a seasoned filmer, someone who's thinking of picking up a camera, or just someone who consumes media on a regular basis, a camera is just another tool. I will forever love taking a camera to the woods. This is not a video explaining to you guys that I'm hanging it up. I love taking a camera to the woods. But I want you all to know that balance matters. It's probably the most important thing. Personal moments matter. Taking time to reflect in the big parts of your life, that matters. Having an appreciation for the content that is made for an audience, and also for the private experiences that only the creator gets to experience. That is a balancing act that everyone must learn. Whether you're the consumer or the creator, everyone needs to understand that this camera is just a tool, and it can be used for a lot of good. But the second that we start letting it dictate us and control what we do and control what we experience, we have now turned this tool into something that is not good, not healthy, and borderline evil. If you are a creator, remember why you started doing it. Remember the simple joy, whether it was showing your family or showing your friends the experiences you had, or being able to bring your experiences to strangers on the internet who become friends. Don't forget why you started. And if you're a consumer, don't forget that at the end of the day, the person running the camera is just that. They're a person. They still have struggles, they still have highs, and they still have lows. And just because you're watching their 20-minute highlight reel on the internet does not mean that you need to compare your experiences to them. I'm probably always going to carry a camera into the woods. I love it. I love bringing you guys these experiences that I get to have. But the older I get, the more I do this, the more I reflect on the things of my life, the more I start to think that maybe, just maybe, there's some experiences that are supposed to be left between me and the mountains. I hope I brought you guys some encouragement today, and if I didn't bring you encouragement, I hope I at least brought you some information that helps you with any walk of life that you may or may not go through. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and a comment down below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, see you on the hill.